Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for organizing this very important hearing, for allowing me to attend. I'm not on the subcommittee, but you opened it to every member of the Judiciary Committee. Director Carbon, I want to talk about, about rape kits. And as you mentioned in your written testimony, when Congress passed VAWA in 1994, it tried to make sure that victims would not bear the costs of the forensic exams that victims receive after an assault or rape kits. The problem is that some jurisdictions are still billing victims for their rape kits and leaving it to the victims to get reimbursed by insurers or victims' funds. And without objection, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to add to the record 4 articles from the National Center for Victims of Crime, U.S. News and World Report, ProPublica, and Human Rights Watch that document this.
Without objection, they will be made a part of the record.
But to me, the real problem is that this practice is actually legal. Under federal law, it is legal to bill a victim for her rape kit, and the law just says that the state needs to fully reimburse her. In the past, the Office of Violence Against Women thought that this is a bad policy. An FAQ, frequently asked question, that your office issued in 2007 says that the Office on Violence Against Women strongly encourages states to not require victims to file a claim with their insurers. It explains that when the states do this, they may inadvertently inform a victim's family of an assault, her spouse or children, when they get a statement from their insurer in the mail. Can you elaborate on this? Is it a good idea to allow victims to be billed for their rape kits, even if they get fully reimbursed later?
In my view, I think not. I would like to share with you an amendment.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
For the committee's benefit, when VAWA was reauthorized in 2005, in part to address that, there's a concern that many victims may have been raped a long time ago, and they may not want that information shared. They may have elected not to prosecute for whatever reason. But in 2005, when the Violence Against Women Act was reauthorized, the certification was changed to allow states to pay and use their VAWA funds to pay, or their STOP funds, to pay for the examination. But that was conditioned on a couple of things, and one is that the victim not be required to submit it to her insurance carrier, and that the examination be done by a trained professional. Having a victim, the loophole is there, which you identify. We are doing training, and we've actually had one of our technical assistance providers screen all of the jurisdictions to ensure that they're in compliance with the law, and they are. But that's not to say that we can't do a better job or that perhaps the statute couldn't be strengthened to prevent any possible exposure for a victim. And even though the statute has improved from 2005 over 2000, I think we're always looking for ways to do the job better. And if there's a way that we can protect victims better.
Well, as you said, it's sort of a loophole in the law but even the good part of the law isn't followed. The law says the victim should get a free rape kit or be totally reimbursed for it, but
correct.
Again, I've seen reports of victims having to pay insurance deductibles for their rape exams or paying what's left after a crimes victim fund, which I think is what you're referring to, maxes out. Here's one news clip from last May, which without objection I'd also like to add to the record.
It will be made a part of the record without objection.
The relevant part says the police department made one payment toward the single mother's hospital. This was a rape victim. But when she submitted the $1,847 worth of remaining bills to the Crime Victims Fund, she received a denial letter telling her that law enforcement should have paid. Director Carbon, enforcement of this law does fall under the Department of Justice's jurisdiction. Can you assure me that you'll make sure that rape victims aren't directly or indirectly having to pay for their rape exams?
I will absolutely look into that, Senator. They should not have to pay for their exams. That's clear under their condition of receiving their STOP money.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.